All right. What is up, tiny brain gamers? So this is my quickly put together tutorial on how to add an actor to a room using a hex editor in Majora's Mask. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's add a sign to West Clocktown. So the first thing I would do is go to the Cloud Modding Wiki, and I would go to the actor list, and I would find the actor for the sign. And since I have added signs many times, I will write down, I can tell you already, so the sign, actually let's do this, yeah. So it's object FC, an actor, A8. However, the objects are stored using 2 bytes. So we actually have to go ahead and add these zeros on the front. But it doesn't actually change the value, but we need it to be 2 bytes long. So we're just gonna slap some zeros on the front. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is go to SceneTatl, and we're going to look up where West Clocktown is located. So here's a little zoomed in view of what we're looking at. So West Clocktown is going to be all the way down here. Here it is. This is the scene header, or the scene location. We don't want that. We want to expand it until we find the room that we're interested in. Now, West Clocktown has 2 different variations of it. And then if we open this one, you can kind of see. So compare how empty this is with this one. See, this second room. What is this? Torch. We got 2 torches. Doors. What's the first one got? Look, it has spawn points. It has the bomber. It's got the Rose's sisters. So like, this is the one that actually gets used during gameplay. The other one's probably just used for a cutscene. Cause see, look, this one has spawn points for Link. This one doesn't. So we want to go with the main gameplay one. And I mean, sometimes a map has 2 legitimate variations of the different scenes, but we're gonna handle that later. In any case, the number we're going to be after is this room number right here. And similarly to the sign, I know that this value is supposed to be 4 bytes long, and it's just short of that. So I'm going to say West Clocktown. It starts at, so I'm going to add an extra 0 just to make it 2 bytes long. 2E12. 0, 0, 0. And it runs until it's going to be somewhere up there, but we don't really know where it ends. So we're going to look that up later. And it's possible that you might not even need to know this information, but in any case, that's what we're dealing with. Actually, it probably won't even be that big. So actually, you know what? Never mind. There. We don't know where it ends, but that's okay. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to that location in memory. So in our hex editor, can I use these drop downs? Can you guys see the drop downs? No, you can't. Anyway, hit Control G to go to, and we're going to go to, can I highlight this? No, I can't. But we're going to go to this number because that's what SceneTatl told us was the start at West Clocktown. Okay, great. So we're at the start. I'm going to mark this as the start real quick. So this is the start. I'm going to make it blue. The first couple of lines are going to be the scene header. They consist of a bunch of commands. So this is the 18 command, and it's 8 bytes long. 0 to 7, 8 bytes long. Then we have the 16 command. Goes to there. 8 command. Oh, it actually goes all the way up there. 12, 10, A, B. B is the first one that is important to us. So I'm going to say B command. We're looking for two numbers. We're looking for the size. I'll put a colon. We're looking for the size, and we're looking for the offset. So the size is the very first number in the command. So it is 1, 2. And then the offset is the very last number in the command, which is 4C. Whoops, C. It's actually 004C, but this time it's not important, so I won't write it down. Okay. The next thing we need to find is the 01 command. And luckily, the 01 command is going to be the next thing. So here's the 0B command. Here's the 01 command. Its size is 28. And the offset is 7, 0. Okay. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is, we can actually, here, just to show you guys. So the offset for the object list is 4C. So let's go, here's the start. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to C. So it starts right here. Here's the first object. Objects take up 2 bytes. So the first object is 16D. And in SceneTatl, if we go to objects, you can see the first one, 16D, just like we predicted. And then 18C and 9D are the next two. And, oh, you can't see it, it's behind the thing. There's the 9D right here. Trust me on that one. So the point is, we have found the object table. And we can do a little bit better than that. We can find the end of the object table because we know how long it is. So here's the start. That's 1. We know it has 12 entries. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Not 12. We know it has 1, 2 entries. So that's going to be 1 row plus 1, 2. So this is the entire object table. And then unfortunately, look, we don't have enough room to add another object because there's data after it. That's not good. In fact, it's important data. Because this... Is there something with offset 60? There isn't. What is this? Oh, okay, I'm trolling. Wait. Yeah, okay, I'm trolling. Okay. The size is 1, 2. That's not the size in bytes, that's the size in entries. So we actually have to double it. So here's 1, 2 rows plus 1, 2, 3, 4 bytes. See, I doubled it. My bad. Okay, there's the object list, and we don't have enough room because this is the start of the actor list. See, look, the actor list is at offset 70. Here's offset 70, actor list. So the actors start here with 2, 3, 7, and again, let's go to SceneNavi to confirm that. Actors, number 1, we want to see 2, 3, 7. All right, perfect. Bingo. Now, unlike the objects, the actors take up an entire row in the hex editor. So this is the object ID, and then we have a bunch of information about that object. It takes up an entire row. So in our notes, we know that the length is 28. And because it's a row, that in this case you can just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. All the way, that's just 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever. All the way up to 8. At the bottom of your screen, I have it cropped out, unfortunately. But at the bottom of your screen, in the hex editor, it will tell you what length you have copied. So my length is 280, because it's 28 rows. And we have to move this out of the way. So I'm going to copy it. Copy. Okay. Now here's the thing. Where are we going to put it? Uh-oh. Where are we going to put it? We have to put it at the end of the file. And so we have to find out where the file ends. So we have to find out this number. So what we're going to do is we have to go to the DMA table. DMA table. And it starts at 1A500. Okay, let's go there. Okay, go to 1A500. All right, we're there. This table contains the start and end of all the files. And we know where West Clocktown starts. So let's search for it to find the entry for West Clocktown. 2E12000. Search. Okay. I found it. So let's say West Clocktown exists at no, whoops. 20390. That's this guy right here. So if this is the start of West Clocktown, that means the very next number is the end of West Clocktown. So that's perfect. Let's punch it in right here. Okay. So now that we know where the file goes, let's go there. 2E1CB00. Okay, we're here at the end of the file. So this is the last line, and this is all going to be blank. So that's good. That's what we expect. So what I'm going to do is we're going to paste our information in. Now the thing is, you have to make sure you are overwriting the data and not inserting the data. If we insert the data, like this, I just inserted it. Now when we scroll down, look at this. The ROM doesn't end when it's supposed to end. The ROM is supposed to end up here. This is supposed to be the last byte right here. So every single offset in the whole file is going to be wrong now. So let's go back to fix our mistake. So we inserted 28 rows, so let's take out 28 rows from down here. So don't do this. You can paste and overwrite instead of having to do this. So in any case, so I just deleted them all. And if we scroll down, our ROM is the correct size and all the offsets should be good. So now we go back. Okay. So here's our new actor list. But we want to add another actor. We want to add the sign actor on top of this. So let's actually copy this and then we're going to duplicate it. So we're going to paste insert. No, not paste insert. Oh no, don't do that. I literally just talked about that. So we've duplicated the last actor. And let's change it to, just for now, because we know what it is, assign as actor A8. And then let's just zero out all the coordinates. These are all the coordinates. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So this section of the actor is the coordinates. We're just going to leave it at 0, 0, 0. Just for simplicity's sake. Okay. So now this is a problem because that means this information's wrong because we added in, that's saying the file ends up here, but it doesn't. It ends down here now. This is wrong. We added an extra object. This is wrong. We moved the table. So all this information's wrong now, which is bad. We got to go back and fix it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to say new size is, we added one actor. So the size went up by 1. And the offset is going to be this number right here. Because it starts here now. It doesn't start way up at the top. It starts right here. And conveniently, that's okay. So what you could do, you could subtract these two numbers to find the length. Or what we can do instead is you can't see the menu, but under edit you can select a block. And so we can select from the start of the file, which is 2E12000, to the end of the file, which is 2E1CB00. And the computer gives us a length of AB01. Oh, 01. All right, but then look, when we select it, oops, it selected an extra byte. So let's fix that. And you can do a kind of a mental check because look, that ends in 0, that ends in 0. I would imagine that that's also going to end in 0. So okay, so we have now fixed. We know what these numbers are going to be, but we haven't actually fixed it yet. So let's go back and do that. So we're going to go back to the start of the file, which is 2E12000. And again, this is why we wrote it down. It's good to write these things down so you don't get lost. And actually, we should have written down what the new end was going to be. Because we changed where the end is. So let's take a quick detour. Let me go back down there. Okay, so we're back down here. The end of the file is now right here. So it's E1CD90. Oh, let me capitalize that. Okay. That's this guy right here. Because that's where our file, this is the first blank line. So that's where our file's ending. Okay. All right. Sorry. Quickly, that was a quick little detour. So back to the start of the file. And again, make sure you take notes. I keep saying, go back to the start of the file. That's this number right here. That's where I'm going. There's no go to start a file button. You have to write down where it is so you can remember. Or if you want, you can just keep looking it up in SceneNavi over and over again. It's there for your reference. But in any case, okay, let's update the 01 command. Because we have a new stuff for it. So sorry, this was not the 01 command. This is the 01 command. So the size is 29. The offset is AB 00. Okay. Great. Now there's one more. So anytime you see the word new, we got to fix it. So we fixed this, so that's good. We haven't changed this yet. We need to change this. We haven't done it yet. So let's go back to the DMA table and fix West clock town. So remember, we wrote down where it was. If you didn't write down where it was, you can go back to the start of the table and search for it again. In any case, look, here's our start of file. Here's our end of file. Our end of file is now, instead of CB, CD90. Okay. So let's save it. And then do the moment of truth. Let's open the ROM again. Uh-oh. It gave us an error because we only updated the DMA table for this guy. We haven't updated it for this guy. Oh no. So we're missing a stage, and that is why the old stage, see, when the game is trying to load stage number 1, it has its own part in the DMA table that says, oh, load this memory. And then it hits this table that says, go beyond the memory. And then it's like, uh-oh, that's no good. So we have to change it for every stage. So this is just stage 0. We have to find stage number 1. Not you. Okay, so I'm searching for the room value, the room start value. So we're just searching. Okay, this looks like it, and I can tell that this is it because for a couple reasons. First off, this number right here looks pretty familiar. He's right there. So this is the guy we need to fix. CD90. Second off, look where it's located in memory. 2DFC-ish. And SceneTatl tells us West Clocktown is stored in 2DFC-ish. So that it seems reasonable to me that we have changed the right value. And just in case, I'm going to search one more time. This is in 2DFF, which, yeah, okay. CD9. Okay. Keep searching. All right, we can't find it anymore, which means we've updated all of them. So let's save it and open it in SceneNavi one more time. And we're in business, baby. We're in fucking business. Okay, so let's check to see if our actor showed up. Okay, let me go back to offset. Let's go back to the start of the room. Actually, no, because that's not where our actor table is anymore. Let's go back to the end of the room. Okay, end of the room. Which is here. Here's all the objects that we added. They're not in blue anymore because I saved it. And so this guy right here is our sign. So let's go ahead and read it. I'll move it over here. So first off, A8 is our actor type. Okay, seems good to me. Our position 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then X rotation is 7. Y rotation and Z rotation are 7F. Finally, the variable is 0. Oh, that's the wrong line. So our actor has been successfully put in the game, and here it is. Yeah, it's not too useful floating out in the middle of space. So let's move it. Let's just put it right in the middle of West Clocktown. Alright, plonk it right there. Actually, no. We gotta make it perfect. Now keep in mind, just because I'm moving it around in SceneTatl doesn't mean I'm actually moving the sign around in the game. The only reason we're moving it around is so we can tell where to put it. Because I can't look at a map and be like, oh yeah, the middle of the diamond in West Clocktown is located at negative 1721, 210, minus 1100. So we're just moving the sign around in SceneTatl so that we can have a feel for where these points are located in space. So now we're actually going to put it in the file. So this is where you need to be able to convert to hexadecimal. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull up our calculator app, and we're going to convert these numbers to hex. So first off, for a negative number, we have to subtract it from FFFF. So we subtract 1721 from FFFF. We get F946. So let's put it in F946. That's not a 4. 4. Oh no, that's not a 4 either. 46. Okay. The Y value is positive, so we can just type that in, 210. And it is D2. But we're going to type it in as 00D2 because they have to be 2 bytes long. And then finally, for Z, that's negative again. So we subtract 1081 from FFFF. We get FBC6. FBC6. Now keep in mind, SceneTatl gives you the XYZ position in base 10. So when I say subtract from FFFF, I'm typing FFFF in the hex part, but then you have to subtract it in the decimal part, and that's about 65,000. So you're subtracting from 65,000. When you're only subtracting 1,000 from 65,000, you can see it doesn't go down very far from FFFF. See, we're still in the mid Fs. So those are still going to be very big numbers. The only time it matters is if, you're way out here. Then you start to see some numbers. So for example, if you want to do -1, you're going to be way back at FFFF. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to bother moving it back in bounds because the moving in bounds part we did in the hex editor. So the sign is now in bounds. We're going to give it a message. I'm going to make it message D2. So this variable section in SceneTatl, the variable is a catch-all. So if there's an actor with multiple variations on it, it's going to use this variable. So it means something different for every actor. For a sign, it's what message it's going to display. So we want it to display message D2. Okay. So there's just one more problem. We loaded a sign actor, but we don't have a sign object. That's why we had to jump through all these hoops with the DMA table. So now we're going to finally realize the fruit of our labors. I'm going to go back to the start of the room one last time. Let me hide that so you can see my notes. Go back to the start of the room one last time. If I could type 2E12. Okay, here we are. Here, I will make this blue again for your convenience. Okay, so we're going to add an actor. I'm so sorry. We're not talking about actors anymore. We're on to objects. We're going to add an object. We're going to use our big brain and say, okay, that's going to increase the size by 1. But we're going to keep the table in the same place. So it's still going to be at 4C. So 4... Where's 4? I can't see. 4... Oh, whoops. C. So that's right here. Here's the object. And we know it ends right here from before. So we're going to add the new object right here. Now, remember from last time, this was the old actor table. But we're using the new actor table now, so we can just plow through it with whatever data we want. And we wrote down right at the start, the sign is object FC. And then we can zero this part out. Okay. Save it. And now we can reload. the ROM in SceneNavi. It doesn't crash. Beautiful. Check out our West Clocktown stage. What's that? Oh, it's a square signpost. Beautiful. And look in the object list. Oh, you can't see. It's probably too small. Okay, so look, in our object list, the square signpost showed up. And in our actor list, there it is. So we have successfully loaded the sign into West Clocktown. So let's sit back and admire our hard work. No, I'm just kidding. So if you want to be more precise, here's what we did. New size 13. Okay, so there's all the notes we took. It fits perfectly in the screen. I didn't even plan that. So that's how we add a sign to West Clocktown. Now, I will point out, there's one more thing. Because we edited the DMA table, the only reason we had to do this last step is because we edited the DMA table. If you end up having the space to begin with, you don't have to edit it. So because we edited the DMA table, the file is going to be a different size. Like, we literally changed the size when we were editing the DMA table. So because the file's a different size, the game runs a check to make sure it's like running the right game. Sometimes it's used for anti-piracy measures. In any case, it's going to fail that check because the memory, like there's different memory where it's not supposed to be. So in order to fix that, we have to run our CRC tool, which you downloaded before. So that's really simple. We will actually, so this is saved already. I can close this. I can close this. We can close this. So let me see if I can get the console on the screen. Okay, so let's see if we load it in, hopefully. Okay, so we edited the CRC, so it actually opens this time, which is perfect. So let's go to West Clocktown, and hopefully, I have the mash text on emulator. I guess. Oh, dude, this mashing's so good, actually. Wait, I need to go back to emulator, Kappa. Be a keyboard gamer. Okay, so hopefully, we're gonna enter West Clocktown, and all right, you ready for it to pay off? You ready? You ready? Oh man, it's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, perfect. That's what I want to see. That's exactly. That's everything I ever wanted and more. Absolutely gorgeous. So one thing you need to keep in mind is that if you switch to in OOT, signs get taller when you're adult. So the same thing happens in Majora's Mask. So signs will actually get taller in MM if you're a Zora or a Goron. So this, you can see this one's actually floating on the ground right now. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell with these very bad rendering here. Let me see if I can get a see-up view when I'm closer to the ground. Yeah, see, it's not on the ground. So anyway, that's just something to keep in mind. So if I go back human, it's gonna lower the sign, so now it's on the ground again. Okay, well, that's my very long and drawn out tutorial. It ended up being much longer than I thought, but hopefully, Jess, now that you've seen the hex editor, actually, I shouldn't say Jess. So tiny brain gamers out there, now that you can see the hex editor, hopefully, yeah, you can get a better understanding of what's going on. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I wish you luck on your hacking adventures. Bye-bye.